Okay, am I audible? Okay, good morning, ladies and gentlemen, our beloved lecturer and students. Please welcome to the public lecture today with the title English as a Communication Tool in Industrial Age 5.0. And my name is Joshua Yobel. I'm your host today. For your information, I am a student in English Literature Department. It's such an honor to welcome you here. To start our activity today, we will pray first. With honor, I invite Juneviki Miko Arwan to do the opening prayer. Juneviki, time is yours.
All right. First of all, thank you. Am I audible? All right. Before we start our activity today, let me lead us for prayer today, and let us pray. All the glory is yours, our Almighty God. We thank you for today. We can meet here via Zoom, even in the via Zoom. We're glad that we can meet and no less happiness to meet here. And thank you, Jesus, because of your glory, because of your blessing, we can attend here. And now we will start the agenda today. That is public lecture. We're asking for this activity that we hope that it can be helpful for us, and the lecturer can give us what he can say for today. And we're asking also today for the participants so that we can attend this in via Zoom with very blessing by your grace. And thank you, Jesus. We pray for you in the name of Jesus. Amen. Back to the host.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you, Miko. And for the opening speech will be brought by the Dean of our faculty, Mrs. Maya Waro, SSM Hum, MED, PhD.
Okay, good morning, everyone. Am I audible to you? So,
yes, ma'am.
Okay. Yes, yeah. Good afternoon, everyone. Yeah, thank you to each and every one of you for being here with our faculty members in our special public lecture. So I'm very pleased to welcome Professor Nenga Sudipa, yeah, who will share his ideas and experiences on this event. And before we got started, we would like to express our sincere appreciation, to all the committees, who generously help us making this event become a success. And this lecture will be about English as a tool of communication for the era of 5.0. Ya, dalam bahasa Indonesianya, bahasa Inggris sebagai alat komunikasi di era Industri 5.0. Okay, so this topic is very important to be addressed in order to understand the phenomenon of English use for industrial era 5.0. So I do really hope that today's event will contribute to the field of English language teaching and would be fruitful to all the attendees. And finally, I welcome all of the public lectures attendees, and please enjoy the event. And allow me to open this public lecture officially. Ya, mau toki di mana ini? Well, and thank you very much. Yeah, enjoy.
Thank you, Njik Maya. God bless you. And now we are going to hear the public lecture. And for the introduction to the public lecture today will be brought by Mrs. Andriani Marentek, SSMA, PhD.
Okay, thank you, Yobel, for the opportunity to be the moderator. So first of all, I would like to welcome our moderator today, who is Professor Dr. Inengah Sudipa MA. Professor, welcome to our public lecture. It's a great honor to have you here at our faculty as our guest lecturer. So this is an occasion that we always do every year. And yeah, it's a very pleasure time for us to have you as our presenter or speaker today, Professor. Yeah. By the way, my name is Andriani Marentek, and I will be the moderator for the whole lecture today. And probably it will be a great idea for me to inform some things that we will have to stick to, especially for the participants. Yeah, it will be a great idea if everybody is muted during the lecture, so that Professor Nengah is able to deliver the presentation well. And during the lecture, I'm not sure if Professor Nengah is going to receive, or if there is a particular question that is directed during the lecture. Is it okay if the participants ask you the question, Professor, or is it going to be after the lecture?
I think after the lecture, finish.
Yes, thank you very much, Professor. Yeah, so everyone, so you will have to wait until later, yeah, for you to ask the question to Professor Nengah. Yeah, but of course you can use the chat box, yeah, to ask the questions. Yeah, so feel free to write down your questions, yeah, on the chat box there. And then I'm going to address the questions one by one later. But of course, yeah, after the guest lecture, you are free to ask questions to our presenter today. Okay, so
I can't hear Ibu Moderator.
sorry about that, Professor. Yeah, so we are going to start by introducing you, Professor, as our lecturer. So I'm going to share my screen. Hopefully it's already seen. It can be seen now. So probably everybody has already known that our presenter today, yeah, the narasumber Indonesian, of course, is our dear Professor Dr. Inengah Sudipa MA. And then as you can read here, yeah, in Indonesian, yeah, Professor Inengah Sudipa lahir di Pesangkan Duda Timur, Selat, Karangasem, 31 Juli 1954. Beliau menyelesaikan S1 jurusan Sastra Inggris Universitas Udayana tahun 1981. Kemudian beliau memperoleh gelar Master of Arts dari Linguistic Department of Monash University, Melbourne, Australia di tahun 1888. Ini sama dengan ibu dekan kami ini, Profesor Nengah Sudipa, ya. Beliau juga alumni dari Monash University.
Yeah, thank you.
Yes, so you both are from the same university actually. Now, kemudian Profesor meraih gelar doktor dari Prodi Ilmu Linguistik Universitas Udayana tahun 2004 dan ditetapkan sebagai guru besar pada 1 September tahun 2006. Nah, ini Bapak Profesor sudah menyediakan email, ya, mungkin bagi mereka yang ingin berkomunikasi dengan Profesor bisa menuliskan emailnya di sini, ya, ada yang yahoo.co.id dan juga ada yang di unut.ac.id. Yeah. So that's a little bit biodata from Professor Dr. Inengah Sudipa MA, and then these are the publications. So Professor Inenga Sudipa has already published many books. Yes, as you can see here, yeah, from 2007 going to the 2013, there are so many of them. And then also in 2014 up to 2019. And so I'm just going to probably point out the last 5 books that you have already written, Professor. Yeah, the first one is Makna Vokal Pendek dan Panjang Bahasa Bali. And the second one in 2019, buku ajar pemetaan makna perbahatan tindakan, membawa dan memukul. And in very recent 2020, tahun 2020, Thesaurus Kosakata Air Bahasa Bali. Kemudian di tahun yang sama juga 2020, buku ajar verba bahasa Bali bermakna air. Dan yang paling terakhir itu struktur semantik verba tindakan bahasa Bali. Jadi sudah sangat banyak ya Profesor Inenga Sudipa menuliskan berbagai macam buku ya yang sudah diterbitkan dan bahkan mungkin bisa dibeli. Baik, kita lanjut ke tema dari guest lecture kita pada saat ini ya. So our topic is actually in Bahasa Indonesia is Bahasa Inggris sebagai alat komunikasi pada era Industri 5.0, tetapi sudah diterjemahkan dalam bahasa Inggris oleh profesor sendiri, yaitu English in Society 5.0, Smart Ways to be Successful in Studying English. So this is the theme that is actually from Professor Inenga Sudipa himself. Yeah, and then for that, I'd like to give the opportunity and time, as well as the screen, for Professor Inenga Sudipa to deliver his guest lecture. So I'm just going to stop sharing this, and then Professor, the time and screen is yours. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Ibu Andriani as moderator for very precious time, yeah, to share something, not teach, yeah. Even this is called lecture, kuliah, but I would like to share something based on my experience. Firstly, I would like to thanks to the Honorable Dean of Faculty of Humanities, Ibu Maya Waro. Yeah, we are the same alumni, yeah, Monash University. But I was, I think, older than you. Yeah, it was 37 years ago. I was in Monash. It is the same age of my son was born there. My first son was born there. Yeah, thank you, Ibu Maya, for this kind invitation. The second one, I would like to thank the respected Ketua Jurusan, my dear friend, Ibu Rina Pamantung. Yeah, she always communicating with me. Yeah, and the other one is the respected participants throughout Indonesia, because I saw here from Java, Ibu Ita. Thank you, Bu Ita. This is new doctor from Udayana University, already present here. And some of my students in English department and former English department, now alumni, yeah, like Sundari and Suyastini and a lot from Bali. I also see from Kupang, from Sumbawa, from Flores, Pak Yosep Demon, and others. I can count one by one. Well, once again, thank you very much. Okay, before I start, may I share a screen first, because I have something to do with this material. Yeah, I hope we don't have problem. Yes, it is all right. It is all right.
Yeah, it's okay, bro.
Yeah,
You can understand clearly.
Yeah, well, what I'm going to share, as I said, yeah, I don't teach you today, but share based on my experience. The big issue is English in society. So I translate society, era industry 5.0. I have chosen very tiny topic, small, because in Society 5.0, it is respected to be very smart, yeah, super smart society, super smart. So I take only the smart ways, because this is the basic thing before we use English as a means of language in Society 5.0. Yeah, Ibu moderator has introduced me. Yeah, this is my name. I'm Balinese. Yeah, Nengah is number 2 in Balinese naming system. And may I put one more information about the book? In 2022, I also published the other 2 books. Ya, sudah terbit juga buku satu lagi bulan Juli, especially as a gift of my birthday. Ya, when I am in birthday, I always publish one book. Ya, the title is Struktur Semantik Verba Proses Bahasa Bali. I'm not in the English department for my home base. I'm in the doctorate level. So my research and book, yeah, is dealing with linguistic, and the data is from Balinese. But don't worry, I will give you as a gift at the end of the session one of my book dealing with English. Don't worry, I will give you, because you have good participant. Well, something to do with English, as Ibu Dekan or the Dean said, that English played important role in any society, not only in Society 5.0, but in Society 4.0 is also playing important role. But what I'm going to focus is only smart ways, because I know that as Indonesian student, yeah, may face some problem. So I will show you some problem, and then if you manage to solve this problem, so I think you can use English as you are expecting. Well, talking about Society 5.0, may I give you some illustration? What is called Society 5.0? Yeah, I think this one. Yeah, this is not clear. I use purposely this one not clear, because this is Society 1.0, 2.0, 3.0, 4.0, and then this one. So the question is, what is Society 5.0? Yeah, this is still question here at the beginning. So I'm expecting you to think about what will happen in this one. Well, can I continue? This one? Yeah. I think I will bring you to see or recount, because this is our general knowledge about revolution industry, or we call society. If we start from this one, the image of human being, so here we call hunting society. This is the symbol hunting. Yeah, I recount you back to earlier human being. And then in this 13,000 BC, before Christ, we call Society 2.0. And then this is something to do with agrarian society. And here, in the end of 18th century, it is considered as Society 3.0. We start from industrial society, we call light industry, and then continued by heavy and chemical industry. So moving from this up, Society 4.0, information. Yeah, we are here for a long time. We are here because you have used computer like we are doing now. Internet, yes. This is based on the facilities given by computer and internet. So we will do Zoom. We can do this activity. And we are still having a question about society 5.0. This one is the answer. Yeah. Yeah, this one. Now, if I retrace our life, our ancestors, we call ancestors. Yeah. So it is something to do with economic and social innovation by deepening of society 5.0. So we are here, you are heading here. We are heading here. So if I repeat, this is coexistence with nature, hunting society. So the birth of human beings. So if we still remember our history, this is called nomad. Nomad means nomaden. Yeah. And then development of irrigation techniques, firm establishment of settlement, agrarian. So we have we call settlement, not anymore nomad. Yeah. Then this is called industrial. I think it is started by French Revolution, Revolusi Prancis. I think. Yeah, we start here. I repeat my previous information. The end of 18th century. Then this one, yeah, we are enjoying the computer, information society, so WhatsApp and so on. We are here, yes, but we are heading to this one. I read only Japanese people are already here, but we are heading to this society, or we call super smart society 5.0. Yeah, the 21st century. And what we are going to do here? Yeah, what we are going to do here? This one, the current situation. It is clear for you, I'm sorry, because I have blocked it. Yeah. This is share across the sectors, values is difficult to create. That is the current situation. And then what we are heading? IoT, yeah, Internet of Things, will connect all people and things. All sorts of knowledge and information will be shared, and totally new value will be born. Yeah, that is we are having the fruit from the revolution. Then what we are expecting, yeah, this is we have button, yeah, like this one, and then we will use now robot, yeah, like this one. Social issues will be overcome, and human will be liberated from various type of constraint. We don't have any constraint anymore in this society 5.0. Then the current situation, I will give you example, just a comparison. And then you feel by yourself which one is your position now. Artificial intelligence will free human from the burdensome work of analyzing huge amounts of information like this one. And then what we are going to do now, with an offer flow of information, the work of finding and analyzing the information desired is difficult and burdensome. That is the current situation, and then we are heading here. Then the last example, this is only comparison. People do large amount of work, yeah, have a semi-limited and physical challenge in constraint, but we are expecting the possibilities open to human with expand through the use of robot, as I said, automatic driving car, and so on. Yeah, that is an illustration to show you what will happen or what happened in society 5.0. Well, since we are concerning with English, yeah, we try to limit our scope because this is very big issues, society 5.0. So may I start from the language itself, because English we call language. So what does language consist of? Yeah, I think we only repeat what you have learned in your lecturing time in your campus. Language can be subdivided into skills and knowledge. As a student of English department in Universitas Samratulangi, you must have a balance, understanding, skill, and knowledge. But if you are only searching or want to have good skill in speaking because you are going to be a guide, for instance, because in Manado there are a lot of tourism destination, you are going to be a guide. I expect you don't study at university. Yeah. So you had better take a 3 months course, English course. I think it is better. But when you decide to be a student of the English department, so you must try to balance your understanding between skill and knowledge. Yeah, I think I don't talk about what is listening, what is speaking, reading, and writing, but I think I will elaborate later. And then knowledge, what is phonology? This is sound system. Morphology, word formation. Syntax is to arrange sentence, clause. Semantic is something to do with meaning. Well, now, based on my experience and my research, sometimes Indonesian students in general, because not all, like in Bali, we have special problem, especially in phonology, for instance. In Flores, I did the research there, having different problem in pronunciation and so on. Yeah. So our daily life influences us to be successful in studying English. May I give you some information? This one, like this one. I show you the problem of Indonesian in general. I hope there is no problem in Unsrat, yeah? Because I know Burina has already very successful to be good lecturer. Yeah. So may I start from the simple example? Yeah. Yeah. We have a lot of problem in English, so we must limit our discussion. So look at the balance between skill and knowledge. I try to combine this one. As I said, if we talk about listening, this is starting from baby from the womb. The skill can be obtained from the baby, earlier age of the baby, because in the womb, it is able to hear or listen. So we call listening is active receptive skill. If we come back to the speaking, it is an active productive language skill to produce sound. Reading, active receptive skill consisting of skimming, scanning, intensive, and extensive reading. And then writing, I think, active productive skill to produce a piece of writing, something to do with graphology and spelling system. Yeah, we talk about knowledge. Yeah, I come back to this one. Knowledge consists of phonology, is something to do with sound. But in English department, you are concerned with how to pronounce English word perfectly. Morphology, something to do with form words, how to make words. Yeah, I will elaborate later. Syntax, something to do with range, phrase, clause, sentences, and paragraph. And semantics, something to do with meaning. It is called lexical, contextual and grammatical meaning. Well, this is, I try to show you some example. If you mispronounce like an ice cream, yeah, I will give you. And then you may stop in somewhere in different place. So we will have an ice cream. Yeah, you try to reconsider this one. And then in morphology, yeah, apart from the other problem, I try to find the crucial thing for Indonesian students, because in English we have pine and apple. Pine, something to do with pinus, apple means apple. So when we combine this one, pineapple is not the meaning of apple pinus. That is a very unique one in English, and interesting. Grass or grass, hopper, become grasshopper. It will have different meaning. All right, I will illustrate with picture later on. And then syntax. In syntax, this is a unique one, so you must be smart. Yeah, so I stress smart to think about this. If I give you example, the lamb is too hot to eat, so you will interpret the lamb feels, the lamb is animal, feel very hot, therefore he cannot eat. And there is other interpretation. The lamb, because something to do with meat, is very hot for you that you cannot eat. Yeah, this is something to do with syntax. And semantic, yeah. I found a lot of students still face some problem when they are going to translate meningkatkan. If I ask you, why are you coming and participating in this general lecture? Well, I want to improve or increase my English. That is a problem. I hope there is no problem in Unsrat, because improve something to do with quality, increase something to do with quantity. And some empirical problem I found, I encountered during I'm teaching. If the student want to say ikut in Bahasa Indonesia, so they tend to translate into join, follow, attend, participate. But this one having different collocation. We call collocation. Which one the word can use join? Yeah, like we are here now, you can join my Zoom meeting. Follow, yeah. If you come one by one, upstairs, for instance, please follow me upstairs. So you come one after the other. Attend, like when you are giving a lecture, I'm going to attend a lecture. And participate, something to do with competition. So this one is still have become our problem. Yeah. Now, just to make it a break, I think not only word, so I will try to give illustration in picture. Look at this one. It is something to do with phonology or sound system. If you say an ice cream, it will come into your mind this one, this picture. If you put your stress or you pronounce in different way, this one, I think the similar spelling, but you will say a nice cream, so you will be introduced by this one. So try to be more careful. I will give you another example. Pine, this one, pine, apple become pineapple. Not translated into apple pinus. No, this is pineapple. Yeah, I think it is very easy to reconsider. Now, grass, hopper. Grass, this one, or grass, this is hopper, become grasshopper. I give you a more illustration. Sometimes the root can be appear in the meaning, but sometimes there is no connection between the root and the last meaning, like grass and hope, nothing to do with grass, but this is belalang, yeah. And this one butter, and then fly become butterfly, yeah. And another example just to make it clearer, yeah, bulldog, bulldog. But this is happening a bit similar to the what we call base word. Dog is something to do with this one, but bulldog is helping this one, the picture. Yeah. Then another thing is armchair, armchair, something to do with this one. Then the other one is blackboard. Black is something to do with color. Board, this one is a piece of what we call wood. And then if you combine blackboard, this one. But we have now whiteboard, not blackboard. Yeah. Yeah, this is something to do with this one. All right. Yeah. Now, based on this illustration, yeah, Indonesian people, yeah, usually student in Indonesia, yeah, based on my research, having problem, not serious problem, I think, if they realize that they are studying English, not using their local language system, like pronunciation. Yeah, like pronunciation. In Bali, I will give you an illustration. Bali, there is no F and V in a vowel or a phonetic system in Balinese language. No. So if I say menonton televisi, so in Bali you can hear nonton TP, PP, TP, not TV, no, not TV, yeah, TP. This is called in teaching English called interference from local language. But when I did the research in Flores, because in Lembata, I went there and make a research there, F is very popular there, no problem. So you can prove by the name, like Goris Craft. And then one of the participant is from Flores University, Yosef Dimon. This is my former student, yeah, Yosef, popular. But I found in Minahasa, yeah, Minahasa, I hope there is no wrong, yeah. Foki, terong, for instance, yeah. Or you can say poki or foki. And then the influence of Malay Manado, like vocal, viral or viral, yeah, that is very popular. Then the other thing, yeah, still having problem for most or some of Indonesian students in pronouncing S and S. Yeah. S, yeah, like nengah sudipa. But don't say who give the lecture this today, Mr. Sudipa. I don't say Su, yeah, but Su, the similar one, not sh, like she. And then the most difficult one, based on my research, is TH. Yeah, TH, like sang, sing, thought, and so on. Yeah, that is, I try to give you the outline of our problem, because if you have realized this one is our problem, so I hope you are smartly try to overcome. So this is about my book I will give you as a gift, yeah. So you can learn a lot from my book, yeah. Yeah, this one is the other example. In English, we must differentiate from very and very. Pari, pass, fast, safe, safe. Which one is V? Which one is F? I have a list of this one in my book. And then C, she. So, show. Fish, fist. Bus, bush. Bus and bush. Different. So try to realize this one. Although some lecturers ignore this one, but as a student, try to think smartly. And then now TH, this is our big problem. I hope you can see the picture. Yeah, the picture about this one. When you are going to pronounce TH, because I divide into 3 positions, initial, middle, and the final. So try to feel yourself, put your tongue between your teeth. So you will can then, thank. I thank you. I think something. Put your tongue between your teeth. This is an initial position. Middle position, you can say bathroom. Birthday. Sometimes I heard happy birthday. Happy birthday. But I hope happy birthday to you. Yeah. Toothbrush. Yeah. So you must realize if you are not putting your teeth, your tongue between your teeth, something wrong will happen to pronounce this one. So please, from the basic one, because we are going to be super smart society in society 5.0. Another thing in final, because this is in final, sometimes we ignore both or both. Both of you are my student. Yeah, both. Don't say both. Yeah, with. Who is coming today? Who is? Yeah, you must feel that your tongue is put between your teeth. Yeah, that is from the phonological aspect. And this one, father, although th, but don't overgeneralize like th. Yeah, father, mother, and so on. Now, from forming what this is called morphology, it is only a brief introduction. Sometimes we will have prefixes, irregular, illogical, repetition. Suffixes as like book, books. This one, when you must use es, I think you have been familiar. So when the noun or verb ended by s, sh, ch, o, and y. So you must put like washes. Yeah. She washes the clothes. Yeah. Then we call derivational because from putting suffix, the word become different category. Yeah, from a verb become noun like state, statement, approve, approval, and so on. Yeah, this is called noun marker, adjective marker, and verb marker. And then our biggest problem is when you are not understanding about conversion, because one word having similar form, but when it is used, it will have different function and different meaning, of course. Look at the word guess. Guess in Bahasa Indonesia menerka, or answer in Bahasa Indonesia menjawab. Give me the direct answer. Yeah, here me noun. Yeah. And then please answer directly. Answer here is a verb. So from the category is different, sometimes the meaning is also different. Berikan saya jawaban langsung. Silahkan jawab. Dari jawaban jawab langsung. Yeah, that is very often happen in English. So you must be aware about this. So I try to give very basic thing to be realized before you move on to the more sophisticated problem in English. Another thing I found, as I said before, If I ask you, why do you come here? Oh, I attend this general lecture to improve my English, not increase. Because increase is something to do with quantity. Improve is something to do with quality. So you want to come here to hear my lecture to improve the quality of your English. Then I also heard in translation, this is direct translation. If I ask you, how are you? Badan saya tidak enak. And then you directly translate into, my body is not delicious, yeah, like a meat or like a food, yeah. So it always happens, yeah, it always, but you must realize that this is called direct translation, right? And then our daily activities also give some good lesson to be reconsidered, like how can we translate? Because in Bahasa Indonesia there is no marker. Like goreng, ya, nasi goreng, minyak goreng. There is no marker. Which one is digoreng? Which one is menggoreng? Active and passive. So you try to be more careful, and then, as I said, you must be smart to realize this one. So you can say nasi goreng, don't say fried rice, no. Because in English, fried rice is rice which has been already fried. Yeah. And then minyak goreng, we don't have frying oil, but we have cooking oil. Yeah, in Australia, cooking oil, which is called oil which will be used to cook. So it is different. Fried, passive sense, cooking, active sense. When I'm teaching in BIPA the student come from overseas. It is our problem to teach how can we inform ibu asuh and anak asuh. Because there is no marker here, ibu asuh and anak asuh. So I try to give this is logical reason. Because if you say ibu asuh, mean foster mother, so mother will foster the child. And then anak asuh, it is impossible to child can foster the mother. No, this is child which is fostered. So I give illustration. This is program anak asuh. This is ibu asuh. Yeah. Well, I will continue briefly. This one. So now we come back to society 5. What does or played by the English language? Yeah, what rule? Sorry, what rule apply played by the English in society 5.0? There are a lot of information, as I said at the introduction. It is characterized by artificial intelligence, Internet of Things, and robot. But I try to illustrate what happened during the pandemic, pandemic COVID-19. I give you very small illustration. Most of us, were expected at that time work from home. So this is one of the example, and then you can elaborate. So this one is the picture online classes. Yeah, hopefully pandemic will be not like last or 2 years ago. So I give you illustration. What happened and then what role played by the English language. I will continue briefly. So I would like to introduce. At the beginning, I introduced there are 4 language skills, but now I will come to discuss about changing our lifestyle. So we call 6 language arts work from home. So it consists of listening, speaking, reading, writing, but 2 more additional things. we call viewing and visual representation. I will give you illustration and example what happened during work from home. This term, 6 language art in Bahasa Indonesia, I translate into 6 seni bahasa, consisting of listening, speaking, reading, writing. I think the same way as we did before. And then now I give you additional remark, viewing and visual representation. So this is the source from International Reading Association and the National Council for Teachers of English. I quoted from this one. And then I try to compare with our activity last or 2 years ago. Yeah, when the pandemic boosted in Indonesia. Let me discuss one by one, especially viewing. Now I will give you the real example. Like you are now as a participant or student attending a lecture. What you are going to do, apart from listening, speaking, and so on, I try to focus. But this one, viewing, we call viewing, the language art viewing consists of listening and reading. Yeah, listening, you are listening the lecturer, or if there is a seminar, you are listening the speaker. And then reading, apart from listening, you are also reading the PowerPoint I share with you. So we call this is language art viewing. Like this one, like this is illustration. Yeah, I think this is viewing. This is the online study or class. So you are here. Sorry, I give you the illustration like this as you are here. And then reading, because I share PowerPoint, so yeah, reading the PowerPoint. Then, yeah, what is visual representation? As a speaker, I myself or a lecturer, when giving a speech or lecture, my position is doing visual representation. So before doing the presentation, so I write a PPT PowerPoint and then speak or delivering a speech or lecture like this one. So I try to speak beforehand. I write PPT. Yeah, this one illustration. And then I must be quick, smart ways to be successful in studying English. English as a foreign language. Yeah, English as a foreign language. Yeah. So every time as a lecturer was asked, what is the good strategy to be successful in studying English? So I found that this is the what we call step you must do. So my first one is you must have concrete goal like this one. Yeah. Urge. What is urge? Yeah. What is urge? Yeah. Something always happen in your mind, and then desire, motivation, and action. Yeah. Now my question is, if you are studying English, I believe that all the English department students must have concrete goal. Yeah, must have. Yeah, like this one, the illustration, bringing the ball, and then this is the goal. Yeah, yeah. And then if you have concrete goal, I'm going to be a teacher, English teacher, for instance. So in your mind, yeah, you will have urge, yeah, and then after urge, you will have desire, and then motivation. May I quote, yeah, from a book published by Lambert and Gardner. There are two motivation we call integrated and instrumental motivation. Integrated motivation means if you are studying English, you want to know anything about English. But if you have instrumental motivation in studying English, like I said, to be a guide for written. So you will study English for the purpose of getting a job. Now, which one is your motivation? But I hope all the English department students may have integrative motivation. And then you will start having action. Yeah, yeah. Then may I repeat this one? Yeah, concrete goal, like I said, to be guide, or I'm going to Australia. Yeah, and then I'm going to write an international guide. That is a concrete goal. And then urge, yeah, force you, yeah. Every day you are forced by the urge. You think about English. I think if I show you like a song sung by Maya Estianti, I think mau makan, ingat kamu, mau tidur, ingat bahasa Inggris. So it is called urge. So this one giving you desire, motivation, and action. All right. Talking about motivation, I also heard there are two motivation apart from Lambat and Gardner. Yeah, we call internal motivation and external motivation. If internal motivation, the motivation come to yourself, but external come from your father or your family to study in English department. And then action, you start collecting dictionary, start reading book, attending course, and then start writing. Yeah, then I come to the conclusion because we are nearly 1 hour. Yeah, what can we conclude from our brief discussion, from our presentation? Because I will give you more time to discuss because it is very important, I suppose. So if you are going to be successful in studying English, so you must have propensity. I took from psycholinguistic book. Yeah, propensity is something to do with, in bahasa Indonesia you can say minat or niat. Do you have propensity? Yes. Saya berminat belajar bahasa Inggris. Yeah. And then language faculty, yes, you have. As I showed at the beginning, every human being has skill and knowledge. Skill means divide into listening, speaking, reading, writing. Everybody has this one. Knowledge, phonology, morphology, syntax, and semantic. I believe. But if there is no access, you can't develop, you can't be successful. What is access? So your department will give you opportunity to write an assignment, for example, to write a paper, to write an article. That is the access. So everyone will be successful if you have these three, what we call processes itself. If you only have propensity, niat besar, kemampuan bahasa tinggi, but there is no access, we can't exhibit our ability to show that you are able to use, to speak, to write English. So my suggestion, yeah, English has such an important role in society 5.0 that it must be smartly mastered. So such as I try to give you an arrow, ini ada tanda panah. So it means that bahasa Inggris memiliki peran yang demikian penting dalam era Industri 5.0 sehingga bahasa Inggris itu harus dikuasai secara smart. Who must master it? Yeah, that is my question. And you can think about this. Yeah. Yeah. It mean English. Who must master it? Siapa yang harus ya, memahami, menguasai admin bahasa Inggris. Well, to support my presentation, I will give you a book. It was published in 2014, I think. Yeah, but it is still relevant because it consists of phonology, morphology, syntax, and semantic with English exercises. I will share to Bu Rina, and then Bu Rina, I hope you can share to the participant who required this book. Yeah, I will give you the soft copy. Then, thank you very much, Ibu Moderator. Thank you very much for your kind attention, especially for all the attention during my presentation. And I think that is all from me, and I'm looking forward to having your discussion, question or comment, but especially for your suggestion. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Professor
Yeah.
Sudipa, for the very useful and knowledgeable insights that you have just presented to all of us, not only for students, but also for lecturers who are also present here, Professor. And it is the time for the participants to ask questions, and I don't see any questions on the chat box here. So probably it will be a great idea for those who would like to ask questions to Professor Sudipa directly to please raise your hands. And then whenever you have already raised your hand, then I'm going to just call you to directly ask your question. So yeah, those who would like to ask questions, yeah, you can raise your hands. Yeah, there is a tool for raising hands. I'm sure that all of the students have already known this. Yeah, so Professor, there are like more than almost 300 students who participated.
Yeah, I'm happy, 300.
Yeah, actually that's the maximum quota. If the quota is more than 300, then probably there'll be more students joining us today. So that's the maximum number, Professor. So we have like more than almost 2,000 students actually who are studying at the moment, but most of them are probably doing something else, and the 300 ones here, less than 300 actually, including the lecturers, they are here. And I'm sure that they have already learned some useful insights, yes, especially to be successful English learners in this case. And then there is already one student here who has already raised his hand. It's Iputu Adiputra. Iputu Adiputra, it seems that he is also from Bali. Yeah. His name. So Iputu Adiputra.
Yes, please.
Yeah. Can you please just directly answer, ask your question to Professor Sudipa?
Thank you for the time, Miss Andriani. Ya, terima kasih atas waktunya. Selamat pagi, Pak Nengah.
Pagi, morning.
Perkenalkan, nama saya Putra Diputra. Saya berasal dari instansi Universitas Formadewa dan saya semester 2. Jadi saya ingin seperti apa Pak? Ingin menyampaikan pendapat juga dan bertanya. Gitu. Seperti yang Bapak bilang tadi di slide, bahwa orang Bali pada umumnya itu susah mengucapkan huruf
F.
Ya, tapi menurut saya pribadi itu bukan hanya ya kayak anak muda sekarang itu sudah mulai bisa mengucapkan F dan P, walaupun dalam aksara Bali seperti yang kita tahu itu tidak terdapat seperti itu, Pak. Jadinya kan bisa diganti dengan huruf lain seperti P biasanya, aksara P biasanya kan seperti itu kalau dalam kesusastraan Bali. Namun secara lisan beberapa pengucapan huruf F dan P ini bisa diucapkan oleh anak muda, namun masih susah diucapkan oleh orang-orang yang sudah lanjut usia seperti itu, Pak, menurut saya pribadi. Dan Dan untuk dari pertanyaan saya sendiri, karena saya juga baru belajar tentang apa itu morfologi, tentang apa itu sintaks, jadi saya ingin bertanya Pak, bagaimana sih cara cepat untuk bisa mendalami hal tersebut Pak? Karena seperti saat ini saya baru belajar introduction-nya saja atau alias pengenalannya saja dan saya karena di semester selanjutnya saya akan dapat yang lebih umum dan lebih rinci seperti itu Pak. Bagaimana cara cepatnya? Sekian, terima kasih Bapak.
Langsung dijawab Pak, Ibu Moderator.
Ya, silakan Prof. Sudipa.
Baik, ya. Saya ucapkan terima kasih Saudara Putu Adi Putra, mahasiswa di Universitas Warmadewa. Saya mau menyapa dulu ada mahasiswa ya Vina, ada Pak Nasara dari Padang ini. Dulu saya jadi promotor. Pak Nasara, selamat pagi. Ya, baik. Putu Adi Putra, saya dulu memang pernah mengajar di Warmadewa, tapi zaman dulu, waktu S2 juga pernah. Begini, yang pertama memang betul, anak muda sekarang ya sudah mulai karena pengaruh teknologi seperti viral gitu kan. Wah, sekarang viral gitu, udah menjadi bahasa Bali itu. Ya tentu akan menyesuaikan dengan situasi ya. Karena menurut salah satu aliran yang namanya behavioristik ya, yang dipelopori oleh Skinner, bahwa belajar bahasa itu karena pengaruh lingkungan kan begitu. Kalau Chomsky mengatakan bahasa itu diperoleh sejak lahir. Nah, saya akan melihat di behaviorisme ini supaya ada teori sedikit karena sudah mahasiswa, bahwa lingkunganlah yang memberi pengaruh. Memang betul. Kalau saya tanya orang-orang tua, kalau saya tanya menonton televisi gitu misalnya, ya pasti dia akan membalik TV, tidak TV gitu, seperti contoh tadi. Sekarang anak muda betul ya, tapi kita kan harus punya penelitian ya, penelitian anak muda yang mana. Ya, saya yakin bahwa ada kecenderungan itu karena itu ada kata viral, ada kata-kata yang ada F-nya itu ada. Saya kira ini satu kemajuan yang bagus. Nah, mengenai pertanyaan saudara, bagaimana dengan cepat? Memang tidak ada jalan yang cepat. There is no shortcut in studying anything like English. Tidak ada jalan yang cepat. But you must keep learning, keep studying. Harus terus belajar. Saudara baru semester 2, nanti di semester berikutnya ada juga mata kuliah itu dengan contoh bahasa Inggris. Nanti buku saya ini ambil satu, saya akan share. Kirim aja nomor HP saudara ke saya, WA, I will give you. Ada juga penelitian saya, ya sudah saya jadikan buku, yaitu namanya interference. Kenapa? Ini penelitian saya di Bali, di UNO, di Warmadewa, di Sastra Inggris Mahasaraswati dan Undiksa. Tapi penelitian saya sudah agak lama. Saya sudah bukan jadi interference pengaruh bahasa Indonesia belajar bahasa Inggris. Nanti saya berikan di mana saja terjadi gangguan-gangguan atau interference itu kan gangguan negatif pengaruh bahasa ibu atau Indonesia pada waktu mengucapkan bahasa Inggris. Salah satunya adalah dalam pronunciation. Tapi buku saya itu tidak menjangkau pronunciation karena datanya bahasa tulis. Ya, saya senang karena flyer ini juga saya share di Warmadewa, di Undiksa juga. Banyak mahasiswa Undiksa, banyak Warmadewa yang hadir, termasuk Putu Adi Putra. Jadi untuk cara cepat saya kira tidak ada. Jadi saran saya, karena ini proses, kan tidak mungkin sekarang belajar langsung pandai, tidak, perlu merenungkan. Makanya ada kuliah satu mata kuliah kan diberikan seminggu sekali, itu 6 hari itu untuk merenungkan apa yang sudah kita pelajari. Tidak ada sekarang dikasih lagi 2 jam lagi mata kuliah itu, besoknya lagi itu. Kita mempunyai keterbatasan untuk menelaah, merenungkan. Ya saya senang nanti kalau untuk mendalami, kalau tertarik dengan fonologi, morfologi, sintaksis itu di mikrolinguistik, nanti saudara lanjut ke S2. Di Warma Dewa juga ada S2, di UNOD ada juga S2 linguistik, sampai ke S3. Jadi memang proses, tidak bisa kita dalam waktu cepat. Tapi ikhtiar saudara sudah ada, niat, seperti saya katakan tadi, niat, tentu ada faculty, language faculty, kemampuan berbahasa kan ada, kemampuan fonologi, morfologi, skill listening, speaking, itu nanti di istilah saya adalah dikembangkan. Pasti setiap manusia itu. Sekarang kan niat kita, ya kalau sudah hadir bisa di sini kan ada niatnya, yaitu akses di mana nanti saudara gunakan itu. Apakah membuat penelitian, nanti diberikan tugas penelitian ke Sanur misalnya. Di situ kita mewawancarai pedagang Acung bagaimana dia mengatakan thank you thank you gitu misalnya ya. Nah, itu kita rekam atau bagaimana analisis itu dari mulai yang sederhana. Saya kira itu adik putra jawaban saya mudah-mudahan. Ya, I try to speak in bahasa Indonesia to make it more communicative. Gimana Putu?
Baik Prof, terima kasih atas pendapatnya.
Ya,
dan
nanti berikan saya nomor HP ya.
ya.
Nomor HP saya akan kirim bukunya. Ya,
Baik,
yang interference juga sudah ada. Silakan kalau ada lagi.
Ya, baik, terima kasih Adi Putra ya atas pertanyaannya, dan saya hampir lupa tadi Prof Sudipa telah memberikan gift kepada kita semua ya. Beliau sangat murah hati. He's very generous in this public lecture. So is it in electronic version, Prof Sudipa, the book that you have?
Yeah, both. Yeah.
Both,
Can you show my photo? This is the book.
Okay, so I think
Can
I'm
you
just
show my?
Sure, Prof.
Yeah, this
Just
is.
Yes. Okay. So,
Yeah, this is the book interfered based on my research in 4 university in Bali.
okay.
I will share if you need. Yeah, I have a shop copy as well.
Yeah, that's very kind of you, Prof. So
Yeah, thank you.
this is the one, yeah, Prof.
Yeah, this is the one. Yeah, this is the one. Another one is if you can zoom my video. Yeah.
Yes, the second one. So there are 2 books that you have generously given us, Prof.
Yeah, in English. Yeah, in English.
In English, yeah. So probably.
As I said, Bu Rina, because in USAD they are going to have DIPA program. I have sent 2 books edited by myself. Yeah, one in English language and then the other in Bahasa Indonesia. I have sent. Yeah. You may share, Bu. Jangan belit, Bu. Harus di-share.
I have already sent.
Jangan disimpan sendiri ya.
Ya, to Kepala UPT Yani Marentek.
Silakan. Yeah, we come back to our session. Please, if you have more questions, please. I'm very happy to share something.
Right. Thank you again, Prof. Sudipa, for being generous to all of us. And everybody will have that copy. Of course, the participants who are here today will have the copies later. It will be given later in probably their WhatsApp group. So there is probably the next question by Yobel.
Yes.
If I'm not mistaken, Yobel, you have raised on your hands before, if I'm not mistaken. Yobel, are you there?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so would you like to just go ahead with your question then?
Yeah. Okay.
Yes, please.
Okay, am I audible?
Yes,
you are
it's clear.
Okay. So I would like to ask about: is there a significant thing between those who who learn English, just the skills, like you said before, listening, writing, reading, and etc. And those who learn English are like learn English like the skills and the knowledge, like you said, the morphology, syntax,
Yeah.
phonology. So my question is, what is the significance between those who learn the skills and those who learn the skills and the knowledge? Thank you, sir.
Well, who is speaking? Gobel.
Yes,
Gobel.
sir.
Yeah. So I'm sorry if I mispronounced your name. Oh, very good question, Gobel. Thank you. Yeah. That is the hint or the focus of our attention today, because before we move on to society 5.0, it is super smart. So we start from the very basic one. So that is why I introduce language skill and knowledge skill. Yeah. Skill consists of four, as I said, and then it has been developed during the pandemic. We have 6 language art. Jadi dulu kita belajar ada 4 keterampilan berbahasa, yaitu menyimak, berbicara, membaca, dan menulis. Setiap orang mempunyai skill itu menulis, minimal menulis WA kan pasti punya keterampilan ya. Ya nanti menulis yang lebih bagus itu perlu latihan. Pengetahuan bahasa, language knowledge, itu adalah bagaimana kita bisa mempelajari, mengetahui sistem bunyi. Setiap bahasa punya sistem bunyi. Bahasa Korea begini, bahasa Inggris begini, sistem bunyinya ya. Bahasa Jepang begini ya. Sistem pembentukan katanya juga beda-beda. Ada bahasa daerah, kalau bahasa Minahasa bagaimana membuat reduplikasi dan sebagainya ya. Kalau sintaksis menyusun kalimat. Kalau orang Jepang kan menyusun kalimat bukan SPOC tapi SOP. Saya sering mendengar kalimat orang Jepang di mahasiswa BIPA itu, saya nasi makan gitu. Karena pengaruh bahasa Jepang. Kalau kita kan saya makan nasi. Ya. Kalau dia akan menyusun saya nasi makan karena pengaruh SOP. Nah, seperti itu. Nah, back to your question, Gobel. What is the significant? Very significant. Sama dengan saudara mempunyai uang. Uang itu kan satu sisi adalah skill, satu sisi knowledge. Kalau hanya punya skill saja, uang itu tidak akan berguna. Itu ilustrasi saya. Bisa dipahami, Bapak? Harus ada keseimbangan. Saya sudah bilang the balance. Jadi kalau mau belajar skill harus ada knowledge. Bagaimana kita bisa mengucapkan, misalnya speaking, tidak kita belajar fonetik. Ya, makanya di dalam kurikulum ada fonetik, ada fonemik, ada morfologi, ada sintaksis, ada semantik. Ada juga skill, speaking ada, reading ada, listening ada. Itu supaya balance. Nah, kembali pada contoh, kalau if you are in English department student, you must do this one in balance. Harus ada keseimbangan. Kalau saudara hanya, ini kan contoh, ingin menjadi guide katakanlah for instrumental motivation seperti Kesan Lambat dan Gardner, saya Pak mau jadi guide, jangan kuliah di sastra Inggris. Kursuslah di kursus bahasa Inggris 6 bulan. Jadi hanya belajar listening and speaking, saya tidak akan menulis guide itu. Ya, membaca pun kadang-kadang kan. Ya, jadi yang di training di kursus yaitu listening, speaking. Ya, berbeda. Makanya saya sudah berpesan pada Bu Rina, you try to inform your student that everyone who enroll in your department, in English department, you must say that the student are designed to be an English analyzer, not English user only, not only English user, but as an English analyzer. Analyzer itu artinya bisa menganalisis bahasa, bukan pengguna saja. Kalau pengguna kan bisa menulis sedikit atau mau berbicara sedikit cukup. But English analyzer. Analyzer itu artinya apa? Siapa tahu saudara mahasiswa sastra Inggris semester 3 ditanya oleh adiknya, loh kenapa John went to school yesterday? Kenapa went? Kenapa tidak John go ahead? Gitu misalnya, go ahead. Ya, kenapa tidak go ahead? Itu bisa menjelaskan. Karena analisanya, oh, go itu adalah irregular verb. Kalau yang regular verb, semua tambah id. Misalnya, John studied English yesterday, tambah id. Itu bisa menjelaskan. Itu tujuannya. Jadi, not only an English user, but as an English analyzer. Itu saya selalu tekankan pada Bu Rina untuk memberi orientasi pada waktu mahasiswa baru itu muncul di apa jurusan itu, ya. Jadi you are designed not only as an English user, but as an English analyzer as well. Itu tekanan saya. Cukup, Gobel, atau ada any more question or comment, please? I'm very happy.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah, you are very welcome.
Okay, thank you, Yobel. Thank you, Prof. Sudipa, for the answers. And if anyone would like to directly ask questions to Prof. Sudipa, you can go ahead by raising your hands. If not, then there is one question here on the chat box, Prof.
Yes, I didn't see. Yeah, I will see.
It's from Sundari Okasunu.
Yeah, Sundari is from Bali.
From Bali,
My
okay. Oh,
brilliant
right.
student, my brilliant student, psycholinguistic.
Wow. Okay. Yeah. So this is her question regarding your explanation about how English is applied in communication. What do you think about the need of English for another field such as business, accounting, etc. impact the English department fresh graduated students? Because from the best of my knowledge, some fields like accounting, for example, only applied English in its closely related need, but does not require another form of English such as syntax. In what ways then English influence specifically the modification of its use outside the English language field itself? Thank you. So that's the question from Sundari, Prof.
Yeah, thank you, Sundari. I will answer very brief. The question is long, so the answer is brief. Yeah, short. Well, Sundari, you must realize that we have English. English can be subdivided into general English and then English for specific purposes. I don't talk about general English. It has been already widely known, but ESP is what you have said, like accounting, like tourism, like journalism, and so on. So you are concerning with ESP, English for specific purposes. Thank you. Yeah, that is very brief answer. Yeah, we need the syntax and so on, but this is classified as ESP. So we have different focus. Thank you. Good question.
Yeah,
Sundari.
If Sundari is here, would you like to probably ask a question or comments maybe from you, Sundari? Are you here? Sundari Okasunu?
Yeah, ma'am, I'm here.
Okay, so would you like to further ask a question, probably comment on what Professor Sudipa has just explained?
For me, I think I have another question. Can I ask that, please?
Yes, please. Good.
Yes.
So I think we have discussed this before. I had discussed it before with Prof. Sudipa, but I got like any information about our topic about the phonological thumb and also how another people from the other countries spell and pronounce the English, like the Russian person or Italian person, Prof. And I found that it's also related to phonological form of the word and also about the, like what we call it, the shape of their tongue. Like Chinese people, they have like short tongue, so it's hard for them to to say some words in English. And then about Italian persons, from the research I've read, it said that they have like longer tongue. That's why some of their pronunciations seem like la la, much more like la la la. So what do you think about that phenomenon, Prof? Thank you.
Yes, I have experience. I have experience. Yeah, like teaching German student bahasa Indonesia. Yeah, that is good question. Good question, Sundari. Basically, they will be closely related to their own sound system. Ya, akan sangat tergantung dari atau dipengaruhi oleh sistem bunyi pada bahasanya. Ya, in Bali, as I said, there is no F and V. So if I want to say saya menonton TV, ya, tiang mebalih TV, that is in Balinese. Then you sell Italian, Chinese, I think very natural. We can't force strictly to them to pronounce in standard way of English. Ya. Kita tidak bisa memaksakan, terkecuali memang dia mempunyai niat besar, mau bekerja di PBB, mungkin ya dia harus berusaha keras untuk menstandarkan, tapi that is not the case. Ya. Pasti sewaktu-waktu gaya bahasa lokalnya akan muncul. Ya. Nah, sekarang saya beri contoh. Saya mengajar orang Jerman. Programnya namanya IBSN, International Business Study Network. Ya, ada di Bukit itu. Jadi saya sudah melakukan penelitian, ya, sehingga saya menemukan P dengan F itu tidak dibedakan bahasa Jerman, tidak ada bedanya. Kalau bahasa Inggris kan fork dengan pork. Fork itu garpu, pork itu daging babi. Kan ada kasus, ini contoh apa betul lalu. Kasus itu karena salah mengucapkan jadinya waiternya itu dipecat. Ya, karena ada yang datang ke restoran, ya, sudah disajikan makanannya, garpunya jatuh. Ya, garpunya jatuh. Makanya waiternya dipanggil. Can I have another fork? Gitu dia. Mungkin karena lelah atau capek waiternya, dia dengar pork. Sehingga langsung ke dapur meminta sepiring daging babi dibawakan. Wah, artinya, nah kebetulan yang pemesan itu tidak boleh memakan daging babi. Marah. Akhirnya melapor ke manajernya gara-gara mengucapkan atau mendengar pork atau pork, ya, itu dia bisa kehilangan pekerjaan. Halo? Any problem? Halo?
Somebody has accidentally unmuted.
Yeah. Yes, I think, yeah. That is only illustration, Sundari. Talking about phonological cases, memasalahkan tentang fonologi, luar biasa itu. Karena bahasa secara filosofi itu ada di bahasa lisan. Bahasa lisan jauh lebih kaya dari bahasa tulis. Karena bahasa lisan bisa ada intonasi, bisa ada pause, berhenti sejenak, ada stres kalau mau menekankan. Kalau bahasa tulis kan tidak ada. Paling kita bisa membuat cetak tebal, kan itu cetak miring, tanda tanya, tanda seru. Ya, itu menyangkut tentang fonologi. Luas bidangnya. Ya, bidangnya luas karena salah mengucapkan, bisa salah arti. Itu pertanyaan Putu itu sangat terkait. Kalau kita pronunciation atau speakingnya salah, di knowledge-nya itu semantiknya juga berbeda. Ya, kalau misalnya seperti, ya artinya contoh salah membaca itu menjadi salah makna. Sehingga keseimbangan skill and knowledge must be become into account, must be harus dipertimbangkan. Saya kira itu Sundari, menarik pertanyaan ini. Ya.
Terima kasih Prof. Mungkin Adik Sundari sudah bisa mengerti karena sudah panjang lebar dijelaskan oleh Prof. Sudipa dalam hal ini. Ya.
Thanks, ma'am. That's very nice of you also. Thank you very much, Prof.
Okay, thank you again for the question, Adik Sundari. Yeah, so we still have like 30 more minutes, more or less, Prof, leading up to the 12 o'clock. So we still have plenty of time for questions. So those who would like to ask questions, yeah, especially from the English department students. Yobel has already asked a question, but there are many English department students here. This is the very amazing time for you to actually ask questions to a very knowledgeable Prof. Sudipa in this case, yeah. And then it is not always that we invite somebody who is very knowledgeable as Prof. Sudipa, yeah. So make use of the time to ask questions to our narasumber or speaker today. So those from English department students. Yeah, or probably from the lecturers as well. There is one person raising her hand.
Yes,
Pina,
please.
So she is one of our students from the English department students. So Pina,
yes, please.
Go ahead with your question.
Tifana.
Okay, thank you for the opportunities. My name is Pina Lalensang. Sir, I'm going to ask to you, what should we do if we want to improve our writing skills? Because I personally can speak the language, in this case, English language, but when it comes to writing, I can't compose the sentence in the right grammatical. So do you have any tips for us to improve our writing skills? Thank you, sir.
Well, directly, I can answer.
Yes, of course, Prof.
Tifana, yes. I'm sorry, Tifana?
Pina.
It's Vina, sir.
Vina, sorry.
Yes, sir.
Vina. Well, I experience in teaching writing, especially an undergraduate student. There are two things you must reconsider, Vina. The first one is the topic you are going to share, the topic. And you must also be careful, because in writing, there is what we call a structure or format of the writing. Yeah, the general format is you must have title. Title come at the end, that is all right. Yeah, if you are confused or have difficulty in deciding the title at the beginning, the topic is very important. Like rubbish, sampah. Yeah. And then you try to rearrange the format, become at least 3 things: introduction, and then content, and conclusion. That is the principal writing. So what is in introduction? So you try briefly introduce, what is the problem of rubbish? And then you give what we call empirical data. Harus ada data empiris. And then to make it interesting and what we call significant to be written down as an article, you try to give, there is a gap, gap? Ada kesenjangan antara between the reality and the expectation. Kita berharap sampah itu supaya setiap hari diambil supaya bersih, tapi kenyataannya tidak. That is a gap. So you try to find a solution. That is in your what we call writing strategy. And then in your what we call discussion or introduction or discussion, whatever you can choose this one. Okay, you try to give more example, more solution. If you have quotation from the book or from the article you have read, yeah? And then you come to the conclusion. That is the principle first, the first one. And then talking about the language, yeah, talking about the language, you must be careful with one, the spelling system. Ya, jangan ada salah ketik, tapi laptopnya sudah memberi tanda merah itu kalau salah. Ya, and then what we call word choice, ya, pemilihan kata. This is something to do with semantic. Kata yang mana bermakna ini seperti improve kah atau increase kah, ya. Kalau mau ikut join kah, participate kah, atau apa namanya yang tadi saya berikan contoh, ya. Follow misalnya, ya. Ya, and then you try to arrange sentences, ya. You must start with the subject. In English, kalau bahasa Inggris, tidak ada kalimat tanpa subjek. Sering bahasa Indonesia diterjemahkan ke bahasa Inggris. Contohnya, in this chapter, describe about the phonology. In this chapter, describe. Kalau bahasa Indonesia, dalam bab ini dijelaskan tentang bla 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 bla. But you cannot translate it directly. In this chapter describe tidak. Harusnya this chapter describes. This chapter itu subjek. Kalau in this chapter itu bukan subjek. Itu beda. Misalnya. Then you try to arrange paragraph. Paragraph has one idea. Ya? Tidak ada paragraph itu satu kalimat. Tidak ada. Pasti lebih dari satu. Itu memuat satu gagasan. Bisa gagasan umum ke khusus atau dari khusus ke umum. Ya. Nah, demikian seterusnya ada 10 paragraf tentang sampah misalnya. Silahkan. And then you conclude what is your opinion about the writing you have written down. Jadi apa? Penegasan dari 10 paragraf itu mana yang paling signifikan dijadikan simpulan. Ya, masalah bahasa ya tentu perlu latihan. Ya, tidak bisa sekali tulis langsung jadi, tidak. Ya, saya mengalami waktu mahasiswa menulis bisa salah eja, salah berulut, kan tidak ada laptop memberi spelling error itu tidak ada, apalagi pakai mesin ketik manual kan salah ketik pakai tip X kan begitu ya. Nah, itu sekarang jauh lebih memungkinkan. Ya, I think that is the general thing. You can practice and practice. Jadi tidak mungkin sekali tembak sudah langsung jadi. Ya, perlu latihan, perlu konsultasi dengan dosen, ya, masukan dan sebagainya. And then you must refer to dictionary. Kalau ragu-ragu ejaannya, pemilihan katanya ragu-ragu, konsultasi dengan kamus. Saya kira itu secara umum, Vina. Coba dulu, ya nanti ya akan dibimbing. Kalau ada, kan di Prodi ada mungkin sampai writing 4 ya. Entah apa namanya, writing 1, writing 2, writing 3, writing 4 atau saya tidak tahu itu. Biasanya dikasih pelajaran writing, dikasih pelajaran reading, ya. Ada argumentative writing, ada descriptive writing, ada naratif, itu macam-macam jenis dari isi menulis. Karena saya mengajar juga writing. Well, Vina, what is your comment?
Yeah, okay.
sir. Thank you so much, sir, for your insightful tips. What can I get? I need to practice more and more to become a better writer if I want to have a good skill in writing. Thank you so much, sir, for your
Yes, yeah, you must try. As I
answer.
said, there are two things you must reconsider:
Yes.
the topic and the language. Yeah. Well, thank you, Vina. You are very
Thank you,
good.
sir. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Vina, for the question and also for the answer of Sudipa. Yeah, we still have 20 more minutes
Yes,
for
we are happy. We are happy
Q&A
yeah,
session.
to share something.
Yeah. So for those who still would like to ask questions, yeah, you can just raise your hands. I know that there are many of my students who are here. Christina Megia, one of my students, our students at the English department. Christina, would you
Yes,
like to?
please.
All right, thank you for the opportunity. My name is Christina. So there was my friend Vina Sang already. If I personally, sir, the problem is in speaking. Whenever I do a class presentation and I enter a Q&A session, when I want to answer a question, it's always not up to my expectation. I mean, it's always the best answer is always stuck in my head. Like, saat menjawab tidak sesuai seperti apa yang di pikiran saya. Di pikiran saya sudah banyak yang saya ingin jawab, kayak saya tahu bahasa Inggrisnya di kepala saya, di pikiran saya, tapi saat mengutarakannya itu, it's hard for me, sir. So maybe I want to ask how to overcome that. Thank you.
Yeah, very good question. Not only you face that kind of problem, ya. Tidak Christina saja yang mengalami masalah ini, ya. Tidak, ya. Banyak orang, ya. Kalau skill perlu sama dengan writing, perlu latihan. You need some practice. Bisa saya memberi tip, ya. Kita melihat bahwa kemampuan apapun menulis atau berbicara itu adalah skill produktif, active produktif. Kalau listening dengan reading itu namanya active receptive. Dari situ sudah kita bisa belajar bahwa tadi Christina mengatakan, wah di otak saya sudah penuh, malah sudah di ujung lidah tidak keluar-keluar, kan begitu ya. Ya. Sekarang saya hanya menawarkan, karena saya mengajar psikolinguistik juga di S1, S2, dan S3 di Udayana. Ya, saya menemukan ada 3 sebenarnya yang terjadi di otak kita. Begitu kita mendengar pertanyaan kah atau mendengar kalimat, ya. Sebenarnya ini secara otomatis dalam waktu singkat itu 3 hal ini terjadi. Yang pertama, begitu saudara mendengar pertanyaan, otak saudara dengan cepat akan merespon. Dalam merespon itu sebenarnya sudah terjadi 3 proses. Ya, ada yang pertama namanya conceptualize, ini maaf berbahasa Inggris. Jadi apa yang mau kita jawab, konsepkan dulu. Misalnya di mana Bunaken itu, ya, kan tahu kata Bunaken kata kunci. Itu konsepkan dulu, baru ada bayangan Bunaken jalannya rusak. Dari Manado sekian kilo, kan begitu. Misalnya, sudah itu saudara mulai formulasikan. Itu subjeknya mana, kata kerjanya mana. Itu dalam waktu hitungan kurang dari 1 detik, ya. Baru sebenarnya terjadi articulation. Baru mengeluarkan suara, bunyi, melalui mulut, namanya artikulasi. Ini memang secara teoritis begitu. Tapi kenyataannya, kalau dari segi sudut pandangan psikolinguistik, proses ini berlangsung cepat sekali. Karena saya dosen mengajar, pasti ada conceptualize, formalize, and then articulate. Itu saja. Ini nanti coba bisa dilatih sendiri. Pelan-pelan dulu, saya mau konsepkan dulu. Sudah itu saya akan formulasi, saya mau lihat grammarnya apakah past tense atau present tense. Baru saya omongkan. Tuh. Ya, itu bisa dilatih dengan pelan-pelan. Ya, apa yang ada di otak, di ujung lidah, coba dulu. Ini ada 3 fase. Ya, tapi kalau saya memberi contoh ya Christina dan teman-teman mahasiswa lain terserah lain, coba bayangkan kalau orang bertengkar, gitu ya, bertengkar. Apakah sekarang si A bertengkar, wah dibilang, oh kamu jahat, bla 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 bla, kan gitu. Pasti lawan bicaranya itu dalam hitungan belum detik sudah menjawab, bla 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 bla. Tidak mungkin lawan bicaranya, teman, tunggu dulu, saya masih mengkonsepkan apa yang saya mau jawab. Sudah ditunggu lagi sebentar, saya masih memformulasikan, cari grammarnya yang tepat, kata yang benar. Oh, baru saya omongkan, menjawab ocehan atau makian kamu, kan tidak begitu. Langsung saja der kan begitu. Nah, tetapi secara teori, karena ini pelajaran ilmiah, itu sebetulnya yang terjadi di otak kita. Nah, saran saya, Christina dan teman lain, mulailah konsepkan, sudah itu formulasi, sudah itu artikulasi. Itu ada 3. Karena saya mengajar psikolinguistik dan saya sudah praktekkan. Ini perlu waktu. Ya. Dilatih dengan teman, saya temannya bertanya, setelah coba jawab. Latihan enggak apa-apa. Sekarang kan ada video call, misalnya silakan. Ya. Nanti usahakan seperti itu. Ya, bayangkan saja kalau bertengkar kan tidak memerlukan beberapa menit ya. Jadi pasti begitu kata-katanya jelek langsung kita tidak tahu dari mana kata itu datang. Saya kira itu secara teoritis dan secara praktis ya you need more practice. Pasti. Tentu topiknya itu harus kita kuasai. Ya. Kalau ada misalnya diskusi pertanyaan, misalnya nanti ujian skripsi ya, ditanya oleh atau presentasi lah, ditanya oleh dosennya atau oleh mahasiswa temannya, itu kalau memang di luar topik ya kita tidak bisa. I'm sorry, it is beyond my topic. Gitu. Bisa kan? I'm not concerning about this topic. Itu boleh. Karena kita tidak menguasai bagaimana mengkonsepkan. Ya, pasti kalau presentasi biasanya topik itu, kalau ujian skripsi pasti tentang isi skripsi ditanya. Kecuali penanyanya itu aneh gitu lain. Saya kira itu, I think that is Christina. I hope you can be successful in speaking. Yeah, you can try step by step, gradually. Yeah, I believe that you manage to solve your problem. Yeah.
Thank you, sir. I'm very satisfied with your answer.
Thank you very much for the question, Christina. And probably this is one way to practice, speaking by asking questions to Prof. Sudipa. Yeah, you can overcome it by practicing like what you have just done. And thank you again for the question. And Prof. Sudipa, thank you for the answer.
Yeah, you are very welcome.
Yeah, we still have like 2 more questions. 2 more questions.
Yes. Thank you. I'm happy.
Yeah, if there are students here who still would like to ask questions, many questions actually that can be asked to Prof. Sudipa. It's a wonderful opportunity for all of us to learn from Prof. Sudipa by our questions, of course. Yeah, anyone from the students or probably lecturers as well would like to ask questions? If not, then I would like to ask question Prof. Sudipa. If,
yes, please. Very, very happy. I hope I cannot answer your question.
Of course, you can, of course.
Yeah, please.
It actually deals with the English varieties, the many varieties of English that we have already known so far. Like, for example, American English, British English, Australian English, Singapore English, Indian English, African English, and so on. Who knows, later there will be Indonesian English maybe. So in terms,
Balinese English.
Balinese English, Japanese
Balish, yeah.
English, yes.
Yeah, Balish, we have Balish.
Okay. Yeah. So yes. So in terms of being smart, of mastering English in this case, and to be a successful learner of English, what actually we need to do in mastering all of the English varieties there, or do we have to focus on one variety or two variety? For example, the prestigious ones like American English or British English, as we know that the pronunciations are more or less different. Like for example, they do not actually pronounce the rhotic R. Like instead of using father, the British English will say father, or even the Australian English speaker will say like that, father. So, and also in terms of spelling, we know American English use, like for example, the word color without U letter, but the British English use the U letter, COLOUR, in terms of spelling. So to be a smart learner of English, what do you think we need to do as learners, as students in this case, in order to master the varieties of English well in today's society 5.0? Thank you for Prof.
Yeah, very good question, Ibu. Yeah, I hope I can answer this one. Well, talking about English variety, I think this is our problem. At the beginning, I teach in English department. The student ask because they know that a lot of varieties, as you said. But academically, we try to what we call oriented to British English. This is more standard. Yeah, that is the first thing you must reconsider. So what I'm teaching in Udayana University, English oriented to British English. So the spelling, the pronunciation, and later in a higher level, when the students are given sociolinguistic, this is kind of subject, so they are introduced by language varieties, not only English, but also local languages. So they try to study, this is American English, this is Singlish, Singlish is Singaporean English. Now because they have already matured to decide. So again, at the beginning of the initial stage, we introduce British English. Yeah, that is from academic point of view. And then when because in Bali a lot of tourists come, so the students sometimes ask me about which is the right one or the wrong one. So we are not talking about the right pronunciation, the wrong pronunciation. Now it depends on the context itself. I will give you example. The tourists, I don't know from where, we will ask the guide, where is my bag? Yeah, for instance, where is my bag? The context will give the meaning that, oh, it means where is my bag? Yeah, it depends on the context. So we try to teach the student because the meaning not only from the way how to pronounce correctly, but also depend on the context. So they will what we call gradually understand this one, because usually the student has in a higher level, so they can see where the word is used, in which context, who speak it, in what situation, and so on. So the student will interpret the meaning. So there is no miscommunication in this one. Again, academically, we try starting from the first semester until 4, I think. In Udayana, we give the material oriented to British English. The spelling, the way how to pronounce, and some other requirements. And then they will be introduced in 5th semester about what we call the subject is American and then British society or literature, I think, yeah, literature. So they will be introduced by the variety and sometimes to Australian English, but we try to compare British and American in our syllabus. Yeah, I think that is all, Ibu. Yeah, very good question. And now we have, I think one of my colleagues in Udayana make a research about Bali English called Balish, yeah. Or Singaporean English is Singlish. Yeah. So we try to standardize by British English. Even they will use Balinese or Balinese English, like I said, TP, there is no F, there is no V. I come from the village, not village, for instance. Yeah, we just accept. As far as it is only for the communication purposes, not for academic writing. If for academic writing, we try to revise or give correction. But when they are speaking outside of the campus, and then they meet tourists, where are you from? Which village? Yeah, that is acceptable. Yeah, thank you very much, Ibu, for your good question. Yeah, and again in sociolinguistic in higher level, I think semester 5, they are started to be introduced by the variety. Yeah, I think that is all. I hope it meets your requirement to answer your question.
Yeah, it is, Prof. Thank you very much for the insights. Yeah, I think the same thing as well. That is, we need to start with the standards first, right? Prof?
Yes, yes.
If not, then the students will be probably get confused, or they will think that the standard may be Australian English or probably Singaporean English. But if we start with the more old standard ones, then probably it will be do justice to our students without compromising that they will also need to know other varieties of Englishes, in this case, the plural Englishes.
Yeah, new Englishes, new Englishes.
That's right.
Yeah,
That's
we call new Englishes at the moment. But I think we just follow the development. That is the fact or the reality. We can't avoid from this. Just only to show, to introduce, oh, this is new Englishes. Like in Nigeria, in middle of Africa, there is a lot of new Englishes.
That's correct. That's the sociolinguistic phenomenon of the
yes, that's right.
Language varieties, especially for the living languages. Now, yeah, we almost get to the 12 o'clock, but if there is one more question from the participants.
Yes, yeah. It doesn't matter if we can extend the time. I'm very happy. I will have examination for Dr. 1 o'clock. We still have one.
Yeah.
1 hour. Yeah.
One question from the student.
Yes, you must be satisfied.
Yeah, this is a wonderful opportunity again. So if our student would like to ask a final question, yeah, this is your awesome chance, yeah, to ask the question.
Who is speaking?
Yeah, I'm still waiting for my students in this case to ask a question.
Yes.
If they still have anyone? Yeah, if not, then probably my question conclude the Q&A session for today's public lecture for Prof.
Yes.
All right, and I would like to actually conclude it by pointing out what you have already explained to us, that English has such an important role in today's society 5.0. So it must be smartly mastered in smart ways, which include concrete goals, urge, desire, motivation, actions from the part of the participants. And there's no easy way to master English. You have to make use of the skills and knowledge at your disposals to become successful English learners. So those are the conclusions that I can make. And thank you very much, Prof, for such very insightful presentation and knowledge that we all can gain from your lecture today. And I'm sure that my students, our students, and also students from other universities, and even the lecturers ourselves, gain much more knowledge and insights from your presentation and lecture today. So again, thank you very much, Prof. And I give over to the Master of Ceremony, the MC today, Yobel. Over to you for the next event. Yobel, are you there?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so over to you. Thank you very much again, Prof. Sudipa.
Yeah. Can you take photo? Yeah. Yeah, for the participant and so on. Before Yobel close this one. Yeah, please take photo. I have difficulty. Yeah, for your for my presentation and for the participant, the moderator and so on. Yeah, and then send to me. Yeah. Yeah, please.
Okay, so before we take the screenshot together, first there will be a submission of the certificate.
Oh yeah. Thank you very much.
This online lecturing today, and there will be, ma'am, untuk penyerahan sertifikatnya akan dibawakan langsung oleh ketua jurusan.
Yeah.
Okay, please welcome Ma'am Rina Pamantung to give the certificate to Mr. Sadipa.
Okay, thank you very much to my opportunity. Ladies and gentlemen, I would like to give thanks a lot to the speaker of public speaker today, Professor Dr. Anengah Sudipa MA, that has given his knowledge of English language. Next, I also would like to give thanks to the Dean of Faculty of Humanity, Maya Waru PhD, the moderator, Yani Marentik PhD, MC Yosua Yobel, committee team of English department, and last but not least, I would like to give many thanks to all of the audience as participants. So I think this is finished. Yeah, our public lecture is finished. See you next time in activities like this. But I would give so many thanks to the speaker, Professor Dr. Anengah Sudipa MA. So I want to give the certificate, as our gift to the speaker, because this is a happy situation, and then we can't follow the public lecture. Okay.
You can share.
Masih mute Bu Rina. Masih mute Bu Rina.
Ya, Encik Rina masih mute.
Okay. I want to give this certificate to our speaker, Professor Dr. Nunga Sidipe. So this is a certificate for you as our appreciation. Yeah, give so many thanks. Thanks a lot because you can share your experience and your right knowledge about English language. So thank you very much.
Okay, and thank you, Ma'am Rina. And now we are going to the screenshot section, and I invited Nerdonal Tulung to take the screenshot. Nerdonal?
Yeah. Okay, thank you very much. Yeah, ladies and gentlemen, participants of this public lecture, it's time for us to take picture or screenshot. So please turn on your camera. By seeing the number of the participants, there will be 11 or 12 slides. Yeah. Okay, once again, please turn on your camera. Okay, we will take the picture now, the first one. Okay. The second one. Yeah, the third one. Fourth one. Yeah. Next. Okay. Next slide. Next. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Next slide. And the last one. Yeah. Okay. Thank you to the moderator.
And now we are in the end of our activity today. Thank you very much for students and lecturer, and especially for Professor Dr. Inenga Sudipa, Master of Arts, to give the lecturing for today. We so appreciate it. Professor Dr.
Thank you, Prof. Sudipa.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you very much,
Thank you,
Professor
sir.
Sudipa.
Thank you,
Prof.
Okay.
Amazing, luar biasa.